Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tomica here. So today I'm going to be going through a little guide for Magic in TOKON. Now this is being recorded during the beta. I'm not too sure whether anything will change. I do believe the beta was just meant to be for stress testing the servers, but if anything does change, I will obviously look to rectify that in the future. But as of right now, I think everything is fine for us to go ahead. So, first things first, we want to go through sort of like kit that Magic does have. Magic's kit involves just a lot of sort of stuff, the same sort of stuff overall that a lot of the cast has. She has a fireball, which is probably one of the better fireballs within the game. It's multi-hitting, so it destroys projectiles as well, which is really, really nice. She has obviously the light. Medium, which is a bit of a slower startup, but comes out faster, and then her enhanced, which is the 236H. 236H as the startup of the light, but the speed of the medium, which is the best of both worlds, essentially, for 25 bar. It's brilliant. Now, we also have a... I'm just going to set the damage, block after damage. We have her 214 buttons, so we have 214 light. This will go through walls into a stage transition, the same as her 214H. 214H will also stage transition / wall splat. Or we have 214 medium. The 214 medium will send them into the sky, so you can do some really cool stuff with it, and obviously some really cool combos and things like that, which is super sick. So you can sort of mix and match what you want to do on the fly. So that's it pretty much for that. It's these two as well. They're going to be your safe string enders. If you space out properly, these will both be safe every single time. With the two light versions of 214L and 236L, but I'll go into more of that later whenever I go into the block strings and safe strings. She also has a DP. This is the light version. The light version, it's not too bad. The medium version, higher. You can continue your offense as well in the air. And we have a heavy version also. So yeah, obviously it's great pressure reset tool. If you're stuck in the corner, you can just use the 623 or Dragon Punch input. I think as well Magic would be very good in the 2 assist slot, because I mean Miss Marvel's very good, but if you bring Miss Marvel out, and if we check here, it's quite fast. She does the medium and it's pretty decent there with that. That's a great reach as an anti-air sort of tool, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. You can use it in combos, and it's pretty much just a standard DP, really, isn't it? And now let's move on to the Demon Pillar. So Demon Pillar, we have a light, we have a medium, which goes a bit further. So if I move forward here, I'll be able to show you that a bit better. The medium's more for range. In my opinion, you're never going to use this move in neutral. Like, you're just going to want to use your projectile. You're not really going to want to use it if this is blocked. It's a 57 frame. If it's blocked, like, they just get so much free pressure on you. They can literally run up to you and do what they want in neutral. It's mainly just going to be used as a combo filler. It's very good at doing that as well in the corner. So don't get it twisted. Don't throw your nose up at it. It's very good in that sort of situation. But in neutral, you're not going to be wanting to do it. 57 frames. If you hit, like, look at that. 49 frames of recovery. We're only at 1 frame of advantage for hitting an enhanced version of it there. Which is not great whatsoever. And those are it for all of her specials. We'll go through her normals and then her supers. She does have a bit of a different super than most of the cast, as far as I know. Her normals, we've got her 5L. It's okay. It's not great. I wouldn't use this. I wouldn't use this at running up into somebody if possible, if you can. Her 2L isn't that bad. It's actually got pretty decent reach for a 2L. You can use it for a bit of stagger, and then get up and throw. But these are the big buttons. These are the babies you're going to be wanting to be using. Your 5 medium and your 2 medium. These are fantastic moves. With a 9-frame startup and a 10-frame startup, if you hit one into the other, you're golden. You can get into some pretty nice combo situations as well, which is really nice. And her heavies. So she has a 15-frame startup heavy. This is very good for whiff punishing because she steps in to the attack. So like even from this sort of range here, like you're hitting from like here. Like there's a lot of range. If they, you know, you're playing some nice footsies and you get out, boom, hit, whiff, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, guys. We're getting some big damage coming in if we get this off. But yes, you can get some nice damage. We've got our 2H as well. Standard across the board. And yeah, our 2H combo, I'll put it on the screen, but it's 2H into jumping medium, jumping heavy. Oh, 2H into jumping medium, jumping heavy, jumping medium, jumping heavy, jumping heavy. So that's what I found to be the most consistent. It also works. That is pretty much her sort of best air combo. Like just even in like air combos, I find it to be very, very good. As just a sort of air combo filler as well. So let's jump medium, jumping heavy, then you want to jump cancel, jumping medium, jumping heavy, and then jumping heavy as well then, just for the knockdown. For obviously if you do a 2H combo, you will get a bounce after, and you'll be able to continue your assault as well into the corner or into the next stage, or get a wall splat and continue and get some really, really nice damage there with Magik. Onto her super now. Her super is Darkchilde, so she goes into her Darkchilde state. This is actually an install. It costs 100 to 150 meter. But whenever she's in it, she's able to actually teleport to nearby portals. We'll go through the portals and things like that just in a moment. But her attacks and skills become a lot more powerful. You can actually use this within combos as well, which I'll be showing you a combo that I've come up with to be able to actually do that. There are a couple of different routes that you can use, but you mainly want to be using this either on Oki, which, if possible, you want to use it in combos, but if, you know, push comes to shove and you're using it in Oki, use it in Oki. I wouldn't really just, you know, be throwing it out. This has been happening to me all morning. I wouldn't really just be wanting to throw it out. It does take 45 frames to start up, and you can't be hit. You're not invincible. There's no invuln frames whenever you're going into Darkchilde. So, yeah, but, you know, she does a lot of damage there. The main thing that you'll actually want to be using her super for is her Queen of Limbo super attack. Great damage. It looks so sick. She turns into a badass demon. We all love badass demon women now, don't we? But yeah, great damage, great combo ender, and yeah, the character so far, from what I've been working with, has been very, very good. I've still so much to learn still, but this is sort of like a day 1, day 2 beta testing, and figuring out basically what's going on with the character. But yes, so that's basically a sort of a general kit rundown. Now we'll look at her unique ability, which is the Dark Portal. So the Dark Portal is used, you press the unique button, whatever you have that assigned to. Now with the Dark Portal, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can throw fireballs through it, which is very, very cool. So you can do, you know, some very cool stuff, get them away and throw it through. Within the air, you can also do this. Very, very cool character, very interesting. That she's actually able to make use of the Dark Portal within the fighting game. I really, really enjoy it. But another thing you can do with the portal, there's a couple of things. First thing, is press. Whenever it's small, you can't go near it. You need to, whenever you press the unique button, you will just open up a new portal. But whenever you press your unique button when you're near it, and it's big like that, you basically get to go through it. Now, depending on the direction that you hold when you're in the portal, you will come out that direction. But if I don't press the direction, I'll come out in front. If I press up, I'll come out on the same side and above them. If I press right, 6, I will come out as a cross up, which is really, really, really interesting. And if I do up and 6, so 9, you'll be able to actually cross them up and go into the sky, which is really, really cool for pressure, as Magic doesn't have a true overhead. So most of the time whenever you're getting into an Oki situation, you're going to be wanting to use a portal, because down back beats her a lot. She is very strike throw based, unless she has a portal up and she can do like a mix up. So you can actually go into the portal on block. So if I do a block all and we do a crouching stance and we'll not switch. If I have a portal up here, we can go up and we can do some really cool stuff. So yeah, really, really, really interesting tech will come out of this, and I am completely aware that I don't know very much of it in relation to the portals yet, but we'll be able to figure out some stuff as a community as well as Magic players. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in relation to the portal, apart from if you press a button, if you press the unique button when you're in the portal, you'll do an attack on the way out. So a lot of players will see you go into the portal and start bashing. And this is 6 frames, I think. Yeah, 6 frames. Because if I just come out, it's 46, so it's actually a 5 frame. So you skip 5 frames. So this will beat pretty much everything if you do it correctly, which is really, really sick. On to the next part though, we want to start going into like our sort of game plan. So like I mentioned earlier, you don't want to be these buttons. 2L is very good. 2L is a great button. I think it's actually a very, very good button. You can keep nice pressure. You can keep good range with it. It's a great neutral tool. 5L, wouldn't use it. Wouldn't use it unless you're in a meaty situation. It's just not that good. I just don't think it's personally that good. You have to be like right up in their face, like here, like, you know, like you're, by the time you get to here, like, unless you're, you know, running up and then, you know, doing something, you know, like this, you know, you're not, you might be cooked. That's all I'm gonna say is you might be cooked. So you want to be using these big buttons. Look at the big massive slash. We have another big massive slash, which are 9 and 10 frames, which are actually very, very good. As your fastest frame in this game is I think 6, yes, 6 frame startup. So you want to be using these buttons. 9 frames, very good. We also have, like I said, you have these big buttons, 15 frame startup, but look how much distance we're covering. That's crazy. Like, we get such crazy distance with this, so you want to be mainly keeping around about this sort of distance. You also have access to probably one of the best projectiles in the game, so don't be afraid to use it, and then, you know, run up and wait for them to try and throw one back. If you see, okay, he likes to throw one after, if I'm here and he wants to throw a projectile, man, no problem. We can maybe run in and look to exploit that. But yeah, onto the projectile. Like I was saying earlier, it is very, very good. We can light version, so we'll do light on light here. Like, we're pretty much beating all of these projectiles. Our one projectile, because it's multi-hitting, will go through. So it goes through every single time. I'm still obviously getting hit here, but I'm only getting hit by one projectile as opposed to like 10. and that's pretty much it in relation to her sort of game plan. It's very straightforward. Her game plan. You just want to kind of keep this sort of mid-range and play for some strike throw. You know, if you do get in, you know, you're in the corner and they're blocking a lot, you don't have your true overhead, so you just run up and throw them. If anybody's played Guilty Gear, she's kind of just like Kai, except she's, you know, very cool. Unlike Kai, in my personal opinion, but you know, that's an argument that we can have another day. But yes, very strike throw based. You know, she has these big buttons. You can even, you know, maybe come in. We can do some of this, and then, you know, some footsie stuff is very good for her. Now, in relation to the assists, me personally, at the moment, I haven't really played around too much with them, like in terms of matches. But as you can see, I'm running Black Panther, Miss Marvel, and Blade. So Black Panther in the 6A position, Miss Marvel in the 2A position. I think she does have a very good 2A, and Blade in 4A. I think Blade's 4A is probably one of the best 4As that I've used. It's fantastic. Gives you amazing plus situations. If it connects, you get a free combo. You get a full combo off of connection for a hit confirm. But on block, if we just do something simple like this, and it's plus 40. I mean, you might want to use it a bit earlier, because I think if you use it later, you might be able to be mashed out, but here, look at that, we're like plus 20. We're literally plus 20 in their face, plus 23, bang. They press, they die. Like, you can press anything there, and if they want to play, they are dead. There's nothing they can do about it. You get such a great turn. You could actually, honestly, if you're feeling it, if they don't press here, you get a portal. You have a portal in their face, by the way. I wonder how quickly we can do the portal, though. Yeah, look, we get a portal up. We are minus 16 there, though, because of it, so it might be something just to play about with. But like, I'm plus 1. We're still plus 1, so we can even outmash them there. We can even just outmash them. If you get the timing right and you understand what you're doing with that, you could be so plus that you could even portal. So for some crazy mix-ups, which is insane. But yes, going into the combos, her basic sort of combo structure now, I would say, is you want to be kind of playing around this. You want to be playing around her 214M. It's a great tool. That obviously puts the bad guy into the air. You can also do really cool stuff like this, and I messed it up, but yeah, you want to be able to use your DP when you're in the air. You want to be able to use your wall splat as well. So your 214L and your 214H will both wall splat, which is really cool. You can do really cool things with your DP. If I can get this, but I can't right now, but there's some really cool stuff you can do. It won't let me do it. When they're splatted like that, you actually have time to go into Darkchilde. I'll try and just quickly show you here. But yeah, as you can go into Darkchilde, and it won't let me because for some reason my buttons, and I'm bad at the game. But you can go into Darkchilde, you can do a 2H, and then so you can do a 2H and then do that there. I'll show the combo. much it. You can use the portal as well. There is somebody from the Magic Discord forums called Magic Enjoyer who has sent me a combo, and it was nice enough to actually let me use the combo for this video, so I'll be putting that combo as well in this video with credit to Magic Enjoyer. Pretty much everything for the combos. You're sort of basically want to be doing this sort of thing. Like, if you can get this, we're golden. That's pretty much it. That's all we need. You need this. You hit confirm in. And if they block, safe. Nothing's hitting you here. At -7, you're completely safe. Another good block string as well. Completely safe. Nothing's hitting you here. So that's 5L, 2L, and then you can either do 5M or 2L or 2M. Sorry. You want to be finishing with the light version, because if this goes too far in, this also goes too far in. You want to be doing the light version of 214L, and you will be completely safe with that spaced out there. If you don't, obviously, if you don't want to be doing this, you literally just need to do this at range. But yes, that's pretty much how you're going to be using her safe strings. Safe. Safe. So that's pretty much all you're going to be doing, is you just want to be spacing these out so that you can't actually get a hit within 7 frames that you're recovering there. So I've nothing really more to say on that. And in terms of meaty, you want to just be using 5L or 2L, and then maybe doing some strike throw, setting up a portal. You know, if you have a portal set up, you can, you know, go in like this, do some overhead stuff, make it really fancy, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the meaty. You want to be learning how to utilize the portal though, because if you get a heavy knockdown, you want to be using it now. Anytime you go through a stage transition, you can set up a portal and they can't do anything about it. So always make sure to have a portal set up after you go through a stage transition. Even if you don't use it right away, you want to be able to have it just in the off chance. Because if you go through 2 stages, if you're on the nowhere map and you're going through stages left, right, and center, the one time you do go through and use the portal, and you haven't used it for 2 stage transitions prior to that, they're not going to know. They're going to always just put the portal up again. It's all mind games. That's what the portal is. It's all mind games, and it's really, really interesting that you're able to be so plus. You're Giga plus to the point where you can actually just use the portal. And now we can go into a couple of frame traps before we end. 5H on block. I will set the dummy to attack me here just with a standing light, and we'll get them to stand just to be on the safe side. 5H on block goes into 214M. Completely frame trappable. Obviously, if they are if they're not pressing into this, we just call in our Black Panther. So if I do block all, we'll just turn this off quickly. Just call it in. We are -12 here, so it's not great. We're +1 if we use it right at the very end. Yeah, you can use it right at the very end, and you're +1, which is really, really nice. So you can even go for like a 2. You could definitely go for like a 2L. In terms of 5H, 214M, completely frame trappable. Another good frame trap I like to use is I like to go, if I can, 2L. Swap them. 2L, 2M. And if we stagger, because this is another big thing, I mean, Magic is use all stagger pressure, delayed timings, because she doesn't have these like overhead mixes that everybody you know, else has. Like a couple of cards like Wolverine, they have true overheads. Magic doesn't have that, so you want to be using a lot of like delayed timings, a lot of stagger timings, so that you can catch your opponent out. You know, go in a couple times all guns blazing, like that's fine, but you know, if they want to press sometimes, like, hey, don't let them know. You want to make them afraid to press because of your timings. That's one there. So we got 5H into 214M. Like I said, if it's blocked, we press Black Panther on the third swipe on the 214M, and we will be +1 in a plus on block situation, which is really, really sick. And we also have 2M into 214L. Now, even if this is spaced and they don't press, like, we're fine. He's not hitting us anyway, so this one is actually just super fine to like go into, like, just always, because you're always like so spaced that like they can't even punish it. We also have, if you want, you have 5L into 2M. This one's really good because you can get combos and things like that. Pretty much that's going to be everything in relation to Magic. If anybody has any sort of information, any sort of tech or things like that, please do make sure to leave some comments and leave some information for me and other members of the Magic community to help us improve. And like I said, this will come out today. This is Sunday the 26th. This is the last day of the beta. This will come out today, this video. All being well. And if anything does change in relation to Magic, I will be making a follow-up video just to go over any sort of nuances or any changes that are made to the character. Or if I find out anything with the new characters that are being included within the final release, we'll be able to go through some of those things as well. And I can certainly look to update you guys in relation to that. But yes, thanks everybody for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll see you out there, okay? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.